Yeah, 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 yeah. What's up, everybody? I'm back with another reaction. Today we're gonna listen to a couple of guys talk about Ibrahim Traore closing the borders in Africa. Um, it's kind of interesting. His run as the president, or whatever you want to call it, in that country has been recognized by many people, many other countries, towns, civilizations, wherever you want to call it, because of how he's running the city or the country, what he's doing for the country, how he's taking back resources, taking back um, the country itself, because he knows the importance of that country. To him, he was a soldier at first, and the I think, if I'm not mistaken, the past or the last president stepped down so that he could become president. And ever since he became president, that country has been doing amazing things. Um, so right now we're gonna listen to a panel of men talk about how they think, or what they think about uh, that man closing the borders in Africa. So let's go ahead and take a look and listen to this.
Abraham Traore, which I'm impressed by, I think that he studied all of that first.
Yeah.
He really studied because he knows they're gonna pay somebody some chump change to sell him out. But I think the fact that he's controlling the gold tree, he goes, listen,
He closed the borders too.
beautiful.
closed
And
the
they
border.
had some woman, some white woman came in because you know they have them white women that come in and want to do drum circles and take care of children. One of them tried to come in. She was like, yeah, and he was like, you got 3 days to get the out of my country.
Now, see, that's very interesting as well. I see that a lot when you got missionaries and stuff of that nature trying to come into a country and try to bring their religion, try to bring their thought and their way of life, which causes a lot of confusion. But like I said, with this president, he's a little bit different. Abraham is not going for none of that. Like he just said, he's looking for 3 days. You're in and you're out. I mean, none of that. Like he closed the borders, bro. He's protecting the goal. He's doing a lot of shit. I mean, he's definitely taking a different route. It's very interesting to watch. Let's go. It's so interesting, bro, to hear about this guy.
He's like,
Take your drums.
like, hey, white woman, no to this dancing. he stopped her because she was an informant. She tried to be in there, because white women have that voice. Oh my God, the kids. She's like, 3 days, and get the out. 3 jours, right?
Yeah.
He's like, get the yeah. He was not playing because he's mapped it all out, and who he's surrounded by. He's impenetrable. He planned it. And think about it. You controlling your own gold. You like my man. They're gonna give you chump change. I'm giving you gold, bro. You're gonna stay loyal to me. You're some gold, but come on, man. I got you your own.
You think that will spread throughout Africa, or
I hope
are there
to
too many
God.
leaders that are afraid to do that?
I think, by the grace of God, I think we're moving in the right direction. I think the African Continental Free Trade Area that has been established in 2019 in Accra is going to help unite African countries, because we're starting to do away with visa requirements, which is
To travel internally,
a
right?
great step
just to
for
go
us to
step
be able
Yeah.
to travel and trade.
Have you met
cross
Malema?
borders.
Have you met Julius Malema from South Africa yet?
Yes,
EFM. Yeah,
Yes.
that's my.
yes.
I loved.
And there's a lot of young leaders now
Beautiful.
that are coming in power.
Yeah.
That are progressive, and they are innovative, and they're really savvy when it comes to technology, when it comes to infrastructure, manufacturing, and the intent to take ownership of value chains rather than continuing to export raw materials.
Now, see, what you're hearing is very interesting, because Africa has been quietly making changes to their way of life, and the reason for it all is because the older people are leaving the governmental system, and the younger people who are more savvy, more like you said, has more vigor for innovation. You know what I mean? For more, they have more ambition to work within their own countries. You know, he's saying that they're trying to take away, they're trying to turn down visas so that they can trade more in their own countries. Do you know how big that is? That is huge. If this goes where I think it's gonna go, it may take a while, but it will make Africa a powerhouse. A powerhouse. And I'm gonna tell you this: the reason why it'll be a powerhouse is because if they're able to grasp the ability to learn AI and use AI in their own way for the benefit of their country and their cultures, I think that Africa would be top 3 countries in the world. Because it's just that Africans don't get a chance to do what they need to do since they've always had a foot on their neck, right? If it wasn't because of another race, it was always because of internal chaos within each other. But if they're trying to turn that around and make something even better than what was there before, man, this is gonna be amazing. This is gonna be amazing. Let me check. So let me see something. Oh, I'm pushing buttons. Hold on. My bad. Let's go ahead and watch the video.
Keep the raw materials, process the raw materials, and be able to take a larger chunks of the entire value chain. That's very important, and I think that we're moving in that direction. Obviously, we're not there yet, but
I feel like
also our look. We have the youngest generation in the world. Average age is 19. 19. It's 36 here.
Wow.
42 in Europe. 19 in Africa. So the consciousness, the awareness amongst all these young people is tremendous. Super smart, great ideas. Technology helps. It's a great equalizer.
But do you think that could also be slow down the process as Western culture is easier to kind of promote and to spread, right? Like
that's why it's important, you know.
we don't
That's
control
why
the algorithm.
That's why we do what we do with Full Circle, right? Full Circle Africa and now Full Circle.
Yeah, tell us about your Full
Streamline.
Circle. Yeah.
What we're doing is everything we're doing is to normalize blackness and also to normalize black excellence, right? Showing a different narrative in terms of what Africa is all about. And counteracting old stereotypes and biases, and because this has all been done intentionally, right? So, and a part of that is to build a bridge between the diaspora and the continent, because the diaspora is a huge asset to the continent. I mean, there's 2 billion people, right, between Africa and people of African descent. 600 million people is the 3rd biggest country in the world. That's the African diaspora. 600 million people.
That is insane. That's a lot of people. And I like what he said earlier, saying that Africa's the youngest country. Has the youngest country, meaning, you know, age wise, at 19. Did he mean that? I'm trying to think. Did he mean that people aren't living past 19, or there's a lot of people in the area or range or age range of 19? That would be insane. If they have that many people in that age range, man, that's powerful. That is powerful. You know how you felt when you were 19. Could you imagine the whole country, majority of age 19? It's just ambitions flowing everywhere.
So that's a very powerful asset to have. So part of our work is to connect investors, to increase investment tourism, to increase economic development opportunities, investment opportunities, to educate people about the great opportunities that are Africa, right? Africa has the highest return on foreign investment than any other place in the world.
But you don't hear about
Of
that.
course not.
What's that? Right, right.
Hear
Of
about
course,
that.
the
Hold on,
global
hold on.
average is
Go back,
7.4.
go back.
Investors to increase investment tourism to
Let me go back. Because that was interesting. I don't think I heard that.
I mean, there's 2 billion people, right, between Africa and people of African descent. 600 million people is the third biggest country in the world. That's the African diaspora, 600 million people.
Wow.
So that's a very powerful asset to have. So
Absolutely.
part of our work is to connect investors, to increase investment tourism, to increase economic development opportunities, investment opportunities, to educate people about the great opportunities that are Africa, right? Africa has the highest return on foreign investment than any other place in the world.
But you don't hear about
Of
that.
course not.
What's that? Right, right.
Hear
Of
about
course,
Right,
the
they're
global
not-
average is 7.4. Africa is 11, right?
Jesus.
So nobody knows that, and nobody thinks that, and nobody talks about that
Right.
because it's counterintuitive to
I'm
to
keep
the
it-
to
I'm
the
gonna keep it-
perspective that they have.
I'm going to keep
of
it a
the
buck
concept.
with you because I've often thought about this, especially getting older. I'm going, I want to invest in Africa, but then just being honest and truthful, then fear starts to come. Like, wait, what if this happens and what if that happens? And
What
I'm
if a
like-
line comes?
right. And it's because I think what ends up happening is that all of that programming
Yeah.
and fear starts to come like, oh, well, you don't know, and what, and before you know it, you end up doing nothing, right? You end up doing nothing and not investing.
That's
And
why
so-
you're here.
Yeah.
To guide us to this.
You have it listen, you type
on,
it
man.
in, and then
Commercials.
you go dig.
You literally just drag it in.
It's crazy. It's really crazy. I mean, Nigeria's GDP is going to be $15 trillion by 2050. Nigeria's going to
What?
be the third biggest economy in the world.
Wow.
That's the truth. Africa right now has 4 of the 10 fastest growing economies in the world is in Africa right now.
Let's go.
Technology, AI, finance, infrastructure, real estate, it is booming, right?
When did you start Full
because it's
Circle
all
and
about
why?
the numbers.
Yeah.
Right? We have the youngest demographic in the world. 40% of the world's youth will be in Africa by 2050.
40%.
40% of the
world's
entire world's youth
yeah.
will be in Africa. So
Damn.
what that means for job creation, what that means for human resources, what that means for ideations, what that means for technology. Africa has 900 million smartphones by 2030. That's twice as many as America and Europe combined.
Damn.
And with fintech and everything else, everybody's doing everything on their smartphones in Africa. They've done that for years before we even started over there.
Before we did the pay by with the Apple Pay and whatever, they were doing
that
that.
before.
In Kenya,
sure were.
that's
Yep.
everybody's.
They were doing that. Yep.
Yeah,
I saw a
everybody's
whole
doing
video on that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Right. So again, the work that we're doing is, and it's funny, people say, oh, it's so good of you to give back. I'm not giving back. This is economic development. This is investing. This is understanding that Africa is not an emerging market anymore.
Yeah.
It's a booming market in endless sectors.
And
right?
this is probably why you see a lot of the people from China starting to come into.
Not starting to come in. They've been in Africa for
they've
the
been-
last
They've been there
20
for a
years.
while.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Investing, especially in
So we're just now
infrastructure.
finding out. Yeah.
Yeah.
For decades they've been very busy in Africa.
Let it be clear. Let's be clear. To the ignorant, the Chinese have just started doing business with Africa. But to the well-known and the people who are well-studied, they've been knew that China was in there innovating Africa and giving them more opportunity and more technology. Now, don't get me wrong, they were still trying to soak and take away as much as possible as well. But in beautiful fashion, African culture and African people used it and tried to learn it themselves and turn it to benefit their country. And they have been. Like he just said, by 2050, Nigeria is going to be almost, 15 trillion? Yeah. Are you insane? America's in debt for that much. You got to understand. You got to understand. They're net positive. We're net negative. That is insane work.
Africa.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's important that we realize.
When did you start Full Circle?
2019 was our first year.
2019.
So we took Ghana from 40,000 tourist visa to 1.2 million the next year.
Damn.
In 1 year.
Wow.
So now that means we helped contribute 10 billion to the economy just through tourism and investment tourism.
That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, because I remember you invited
Investment
me. I think it was
tourism.
last year. I think it was last year, and I wasn't able to make it. But I'm definitely coming by the grace of God for the next one.
You have a conference?
Yeah, we do a Full Circle conference where we invite leaders in business, sports, and entertainment to come and have these kind of
when does it happen?
discussions. Christmas and New Year's. So it's right after Christmas.
Is it out here?
No,
It's in Accra.
Was it? Is it?
Ghana.
Is it? Really?
Yeah.
That might
You
be.
never seen all the content that came from that?
No, yeah,
December in
listen.
Ghana?
First of all, Ghana and Nigeria are popping in December.
Yeah,
first off.
December.
I was there when I was in Nigeria a year ago, visiting my relatives. I met so many tech people. It's crazy, like the tech, and I was like, well, what about the government? It's like the government is still corrupt. He says we don't care about the government. We do what we do.
Yeah.
I have my there's all these tech people. My cousin's is a filmmaker in Nigeria, and I just went to some film festival and just meeting directors and just they're getting it in, man.
It's amazing what's going on.
Getting it in, bro.
And it's interesting because we have a partnership with the government,
Yeah.
but we're focused on the private sector, right? Because the private sector has the ability to move much faster. So it's much easier to get stuff done when you partner with the private sector and you get the endorsement of the government. So you don't have to wait.
So I'm heading over to. I'm coming to Ghana in December. I'm coming to Ghana.
You should. You should.
We'll do 154 there. We'll do 154.
Let's go.
Yeah,
We're
doing.
We're coming.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Because I think it's important,
We
not
about
only
to-
that we have this
Yes.
podcast here, but we take this podcast and it's
Yes.
mobile and its mobility to be able to see this in real life, because like you've just dropped a bunch of dimes
Man.
and just really kind of educated
Completely.
us and the audience
Completely.
on really kind of the capability, the possibility that's in Africa to even think about it. Because I'm an investor. I like to invest my money. I like to see money grow.
I don't invest.
And, well, here you go.
I don't have. You guys are
He
responsible.
said, I don't
Dad.
know.
That's why I'm looking at y'all like.
No, man.
When you
but
said
you
he
gotta-
said 7%,
Man,
you
man,
go
I-
okay, 7 to 8%. You be like, okay, cool. You throw out 11%.
But I don't invest in anything. I have nothing. Not a damn thing. Not a damn dime.
You're just
Nothing.
talking about Nigerians in tech. It's a hotbed.
I would
There's
love
a
to.
lot going on.
I just want to be smart.
There's a
I
lot
invested
going
a long
on.
time ago. It was whack.
There's a lot.
But I want to.
But
That's
for people,
what I would like to.
for people who are interested, we have a platform called Full Circle Streamline Travel, and we service anyone from the diaspora and people from the continent who are interested in experiences on the continent, whether it's just travel, flights, hotel, tours, or immersive experiences like cultural sites, historic site visits.
I want to see real estate.
The
over there.
Ghana Chieftaincy Awards are coming up in May. Real estate tours, all that we're doing that in order to educate and to inform people about the real Africa. Yeah. And to give people a chance to take part in economic development projects, investment opportunities.
Yeah.
There's this fund that I just joined, Silverbacks Holding, and they own a Nigerian company. They're investors in a Nigerian company called Move. And this was a guy who started with 6 cars in Nigeria. What he does, he takes these black cars and he gives them, he leases them out to the 5-star Uber drivers that have cars, right? So you're a great driver, you're a 5-star, but you have a car, you're gonna make less money. So they're leasing out these cars, these black cars, to these premier drivers who can up
The prices.
their income
Yeah, no doubt.
because they're driving a better car. So now they're in, I don't know, 16 countries, and their valuation has gone up to 600 million. They partnered with Uber.
Wow.
That's a Nigerian tech company. It's a Nigerian startup. There's so much going on. There's so much going on that's just tremendous.
Yeah.
And, you know, speaking of Black excellence, that's the very definition of Black excellence.
That's another 150.
You know what? I'll tell you what, man. I'm telling you, technology and the ability to easily market and advertise and connect with other people in the world in such a level has been the greatest thing for many countries. And there's going to be a lot of countries that's going to be batshit rich. Listen, I'm telling you right now, you better get in or get left. Because people who are worried about colorism and all that other bullcrap, classism is going to be a thing. And classism is definitely going to be something that's going to take place at a higher rate. I think that the poor are going to get poorer if they continue the ways of what poor people do, and the rich are going to get richer because you need money to make money. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get left back. And next year, I think we're going to see the most millionaires ever. Because money, I'm going to tell you what, that fat guy that's at the water tap, he's sleeping right now, and people have found a way to climb up there and open that water tap a lot more. And before he wakes up, better get you a drink. You better get you a drink because it is flowing like Niagara Falls. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. We're going to keep it going. I'm back, man. I don't know about y'all, but I'm